So, hey Cancer, my name is Chris, and this is your beautiful reading for whenever you find it. It's not time specific, it's not even really sign specific, so you can watch this for your sun, moon, and rising sign, that's for sure. But it's definitely the Cancer reading, that's also very sure. And I just want to welcome you and hope you're feeling fine. And you know what? When I started watching tarot card readings, I was searching for answers, and let's just see if we can find one. If we can see how to deal with stuff that life throws at us. There is the Eight of Swords, so a little blocked energy, the Nine of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Okay, so there is an energy of overthinking, of kind of feeling like you can't do something, but at the same time there is the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands seems to be central here. So let's not freak out just because we got the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords and the Hanged Man. So you're hanging in a situation, maybe you're just starting a new cycle. In 2026 is one of these years, right? Where a big developmental cycle of the last 10 years is ending and a completely new cycle is starting. So maybe you're just arriving somewhere, maybe you are coming to some sort of conclusion, or maybe you're in a position where you're starting something fresh. And maybe that's more the reading for someone who's starting a new cycle. He's trying to break free from something that is limiting yourself. Maybe that's the reason why you are watching tarot card readings, right? There's the Nine of Pentacles. There is the Page of Pentacles. There is the Page of Pentacles and Page of Cups here with the Nine of Pentacles. So there's a complete different story here. So there's a lot of swords energy here, but we're not done yet. Let's just see how much we got. Yeah, 3 more. And there is the 10 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, and the Emperor. Strength card at the bottom of the deck. So let's just see what is happening here. So you seem to be in a situation where you're overthinking a lot, where you feel kind of trapped a little, right? Where you have maybe even sleepless nights and you feel like you're hanging in there, right? You're just in a situation and you want to transform the situation. And the key aspect here, how to transform the situation that you're in, right, seems to be the Ace of Wands. So follow your passion, explore your passion, do something with your passion, right? There is one path and there's another path here that is presented to you. So you have to finish something, right? Maybe it's a degree, maybe it's a career aspect, right? Education, whatever it is. You seem to want to finish something, and then you're looking for something almost great, right? Just there's the Emperor, right? That's one pathway for you. So just finish something that kind of makes sense, but it's a burden for you. Maybe it's a career, maybe it's an education that you're pursuing that is kind of, you're kind of hanging in there. That's the vibe here, right? Overthinking energy, worrying a lot, and feeling like you're kind of a little stuck, right? The key how you get unstuck is to follow your passion or explore your passion. Then there are 2 pathways. You just endure something, right? You just keep going. You're in this Capricorn almost mindset, I know you're Cancer, but, just pushing through, sticking to it, and really going for mastership, and being the king of the hill, basically, right? That's the Emperor. The big advice here is to get unstuck by not trying to force stuff to happen, right? That's the big advice. That's the underlying bottom of the deck energy with the Strength card, right? She's not fighting the lion. This lady is not fighting the lion. She's taming the lion. That's much more effective than going with the head against the wall. So you're stuck. I mean, sorry when I say this, but that's the foundation basically, right? The Hanged Man is here, 8 and 9 of Swords, worrying, your mind is racing, right? And you maybe have a hard time coming to rest at night, right? So you want to get out of a situation. So you might be at the beginning of a developmental cycle when you find this video. So a lot of the videos that I did, a lot of the readings that I did, were kind of tuned for the closure of the old cycle. This video is definitely for someone who is going on an adventure, right? You're at the beginning, you want to, your life here is too tight for you, right? It's not fitting. And you're looking for your passion, that's for sure. And then there are two pathways. I say do not force things to happen. Maybe you have to finish something, maybe you have to finish a degree, education. There's mastership in here and you can do that. But the more important, more beautiful pathway in actually following your passion is listen to your heart, right? There's a low-hanging fruit, right? You can do something and create something, get something out of it. 9 of Pentacles, she's in her garden, right? The grapes, I always say this wrong. The grapes are ripe, right? So you just have to pick them and you get something out of it. Low-hanging fruits, literally. So there's abundance here, right? Then there are 2 pages and you're definitely here at the beginning of something new. You're starting something, you're exploring a pathway, a new pathway for yourself. This is the advice. Do not try to force anything. Maybe you have to do something, maybe you have to finish something that is important to you, but that might be connected to that limiting situation that you're in right now. Maybe you have to, as I said, finish a degree, finish some sort of education, finish some sort of program, finish something that is kind of that you have to do. You know, there are 10s here. So you have to complete something and be done with it. There is the chance for the Emperor, and that's one pathway that you might choose, right? And the other pathway, and this is what I am trying to convince you to consider at least, is you don't need to be the king of the hill. You can be in your wonderful garden and just enjoy your own creation. You know, low-hanging fruits, you just invest a little bit of energy and you get something out of it. You don't need to be on a throne with a big fat crown, right? She's not wearing a crown, but she's well off and she's attending her own, cultivating her own garden. You know, he has to be responsible. He's the ruler, he's the emperor, he has to be responsible for other people. He has to kind of appear strong and represent something, right? She is alone in her garden. She's just with her. There's a falcon on her hand, right? And she's just cultivating her own little world, right? This guy is ruling some sort of world, some country or whatever, right? So do you want to represent something for other people? Do you want to be the boss? Do you want to be the ruler? Or do you want to attend to your own garden and work with your talents? Both might be inspired by passion. And what I'm trying to convince you to, and this is the underlying energy of the Strength card, try not to force things to happen. You need force for power, that's the Emperor, but you can be happy instead. So what shall it be? Power or happiness, right? So you want to get free from that situation, that limiting situation that you might feel like you're in. You do this by exploring your passion. That's the Ace of Wands. And then the question is, what do you aim for? Do you aim for happiness or do you aim for power? There's the Page of Cups, an unexpected pathway. Maybe that's the expected pathway. you know, that leads you to power, to some sort of super career or kind of, you know, I don't know. But you got this. You can have happiness by following your heart as well. That's your choice. So you have to make up your mind, what do you actually want? You don't want to stay where you are. Otherwise, you wouldn't watch tarot card readings. And with the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, and the Hanged Man, that's for sure. So that's just, there is the Judgment card. So waking up to your own passion. That's how we have this connection here. Freeing yourself, that's the whole topic. That's for sure. Waking up to something, freeing yourself. Okay, the Queen of Swords. Then there's your jolly good fellow. That's the 9 of Cups, actually. And I put this here on the right side, on my right side. I think when you're watching it, it's on the left, but you know it's never mind. And there is the 8 of Pentacles. The World card. So maybe you're about to finish something, or you're finishing something. I get this feeling like you're stuck in some sort of career thing, because the Emperor is here and you have to finish it, but it's kind of not really fun, right? And how to bring back fun into it. You have to work here to finish the damn thing. If that's resonating with you, then by all means put in the work and finish the damn thing, because it's freeing you. But whether you go further in that direction, that's your choice, right? So you can go further in, you finish the damn thing, then you think, oh, I invested so much and I finished the damn thing, right? Now I have to make something out of it. Or you can just say, what do I actually want? Do I want power or do I want happiness? And maybe you have to take a step back, re-explore, reconnect with your heart space, with your passion, and then just, you know, you're not aiming for the Emperor. There's always the chance to aim for the jolly good fellow, 9 of Cups. And then, you know, you get the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups instead of the Emperor. So you can do both, right? You can finish the damn thing and be done with it and still make it or use it to go for happiness instead of power or another career step or whatever it is for you. So I hope it resonates with you, really. I just do one more Blue Angel Oracle card. Deva Magic, okay. So, okay, so something is transforming, something is happening, and it's really about, I mean, Tesla said that, the old Tesla, right? It's all about frequency. So, and what you surround yourself with. If you're in a frequency of worrying a lot, you know, maybe even guilt, fear, shame, that's pretty low in frequency, you know, scarcity, worry. How can you raise that frequency? What can you do to raise your frequency? Maybe you have to finish something and be done with it and check that box, right? But the question is, I would say that is here on the table. Finish it and check that box. Put in the work, finish it. And then what do you do with it? You want to free yourself from something, and you want to do that with tapping into and really integrating your passion into your life. And for that, you might not necessarily do what just looks good on paper, what's impressive for your CV, but maybe you aim a little lower and find happiness. And there's an unexpected path here, something that is much more connected to your happiness and to your heart space. Embrace the in-between. That's Flamingo Spirit. Okay. Embrace the in-between. I'm doing 3 quotes here now. That's the additional quotes. Do good, it will come back to you in unexpected ways. Then know the difference between belief and faith? Okay. And let's not forget, that's a beautiful one from Howard Zinn. And Noam Chomsky talked about this all the freaking time, so that's how I know it. What matters is the countless small deeds of unknown people who will lay the basis for the significant events that enter history. They are the ones who have done things in the past, and they are the ones who have to do it now, right? In the future and now. So what matters is the countless small deeds of unknown people who lay the basis for the significant events that enter history. They are the ones who have done things in the past, and they are the ones who have to do things right now and in the future. So this is a well-known guy. Do you want to be the well-known guy? Or do you want to be one of these countless unknown people, you know? Small deeds that lay the foundation for significance in the world. Do you want to be one of these happy little campers, or do you want to go for the emperor? That's really the big question here. And that question is that you have to answer that. I can't answer that for you. So if it resonated with you, share, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think about it. And check out the yearly or the spring reading. I'm going to link one of these somewhere around here. And hopefully see you next time. Now, goodbye, my friend. Ciao.